Hello everyone, my name is Hayden and welcome to another episode of Chasing Cuts. Today we are here in this beautiful southern Utah stream to find some Bonneville Cutthroat Trout, one of the native subspecies found here in Utah. This is my first time fishing this creek, and today we are beginning another Utah Cutthroat Slam. So let's catch some fish, let's get another slam under our belt, and have some fun. Join us for the adventure. Oh, we have a nice sized one on the hook. Great. There he is for you guys. Pretty fish. It doesn't get much better than this, you guys. So today I think I'm gonna try and see if we can get lucky with a dry fly. We're gonna just start tossing it on pools and see what happens. I'm just using my light little rod, my 6.5 foot 4-weight, and see if that can get the job done. It does great on rivers like this, so I'm sure it'll be great. We're just gonna be quickly working our way up the creek because we have a lot of creek to cover. The views in this canyon are just miraculous. The red rocks coming right down to the water. So cool. All right, we're gonna try this next pool. I'm gonna try and hang back a little bit. These fish might be extra spooky. There we go. Come on, come on. Oh, there's a fish. Right when I went to cast again, this guy jumped out of the water and went for the fly. That was incredible timing. But there we go, first fish of the day. Just a beautiful, pristine example of a Bonneville Cutthroat Trout. Be free, little guy. Okay, well, we'll just keep on going. We'll just keep on doing that. I knew there had to be a fish in here, and I knew it wasn't gonna be long before we caught one. Looks like the sun is just starting to come out and touch the water here in the canyon, so hopefully that helps us out. We have another nice looking run right here. Gonna cast up towards the top of it. Oh, nice size fish, nice size fish. Perfect. There he is, just another great example of a Bonneville cut. The colors on these fish are so beautiful. Back in the water he goes. I love that even though it's still spring here in Utah, down in southern Utah, the dry fly season is here. Now this is cool. This old burned down tree fell down right here, and it's kind of over this pool. It's kind of fallen into the pool, but it must have burnt in a fire, struck by lightning, I don't know. But we have this gorgeous pool with the red rock coming right down into it. You just know there has to be a fish in there. The trick is not catching the logs or the tree behind me. Oh, we had one, and then he popped off. They might go for it again though, you never know. Let's cast up there again. Perfect. We're doing that same exact drift as last time. Oh, another fish came out for it. It might have been the same one, I don't know. We'll just drift it exactly like that last one. Oh, he just barely nipped it. I think this is the same fish that we're playing with each time. He just kind of carefully is going for it now. He just barely lipped it. Oh, he was chasing it that time, but then it got caught by the current. Oh, he went for it again. I know he did. I'm gonna try and bow and arrow cast it up there a little further to where there might be more fish. There we go. We've got to be careful not to catch that log. That's the tricky part. Great, right in the middle of the pool. Oh, yes. No, that was a good sized one too. All right, a little further. There we go. Oh, yes, a good sized fish. He slammed it. He slammed it. Let's go. Come on, buddy. Yes, that was great. Oh, what a beautiful fish. Measuring in at just under 12 inches is this absolute gorgeous stud of a Bonneville cutthroat trout. No doubt is he the king of that pool. So cool to catch a fish that beautiful. So awesome. Oh, little baby fish. Nice. Just did a little sneaky bow and arrow cast for this guy. There he is for you guys to see. Oh, and he's free. One more bow and arrow cast up here. See if there's any other fish. Yep, there was. Oh, he got off. All right. We have ourselves another cool looking pool. Ones like this are great for our bow and arrow cast because there's just so much shrubbery everywhere. Yeah, just the tiny guy. Smallest fish of the day. There he is. It's funny how eager they are. Look at how big the fly is compared to his mouth. He decided to jump off on his own. I like that pool right where the water is coming down. So we're gonna bow and arrow cast right into it. Here we go. Nice. We got a taker. I watched him come up for it. Oh, and there he goes, swimming down the river. He would have been about 8 inches or so. If right now you're thinking, this creek looks familiar, it's because my buddy Skitty Fishing just came fishing here not long ago. And I just had to give it a try for myself. It's a creek I had heard about, and just the weather was too good, and it's my spring break from school, so had to give it a try. But as you can tell, we have an absolutely gorgeous pool coming up. I'm gonna try and get my fly out there, and I'm sure there's gotta be a nice sized fish in this pool. If I could do that cast, but to the right, I think we'd be golden. Yeah, that's a lot better. Oh, the little guy slammed it. There we go. I'm sure there's a nicer fish in there though. There he is. Pretty as can be. Oh, perfect. Oh, another little guy. Oh, he came off already. No. If there was a fish in there that wanted to go for it. Oh, one just missed it. It might go again. There we go. Another little tiny guy. Maybe it was the same one as before. Ta-da! There he is. This one's really pretty. Look at how dark he is. Cool fish. Perfect cast again. This must be the nursery. There's a lot of small little fish in here. Another one. There he is. Little guy. Cute. Yeah, all the fish in this pool are apparently all the same size. About 4 inches long. 3 or 4 inches. Just shrimpy little guys. But that's great to see the creek is healthy and supporting small fish. It looks like this pool is a bit longer and bigger than I thought. So I'm casting up around the corner, seeing if there's a fish up there. Oh, yes. Oh, a nice little fighter. Not too big, but I couldn't see the fly, but I watched the line get tight. So I knew there had to have been a fish. Perfect. There he is. Wow. Such pretty fish. One last look. There he goes. So we have ourselves just another stellar looking pool. I can see ahead of me with my polarized lenses, just right underneath this big ponderosa pine tree is just a whole school of them, just all sitting there close together. Most are pretty small, but there are a couple nicer sized fish. So if I can get my fly up there, I might be able to get the bigger one. I'm gonna try and target just the bigger one, but sometimes you can't control what fish is gonna go for it. First little guy. There he is. Another small guy. Hello, little fish. In case you're wondering what fly I'm using, it's a classic, the Purple Haze, one of my favorite flies of all time. So I'm actually gonna try and cast into this top pool because that's where I think the bigger fish will be. Oh, we just had a rise from a nice sized one. Let's see if I can get it back up there again. Catching these trees behind me though is sure a challenge. Oh, there we go. A more decent sized fish for sure. Exactly what I was going for. Great. There he is for you guys. Pretty fish. We'll let him go. There he goes. Going back into the deep part of the pool. But yeah, he was just right up there, kind of at the tail end of where the water is coming out from that little waterfall, where it kind of turns smooth again from being rushing. That's where he was hanging out. I'm right at the base of that waterfall I just pointed out, but there's this nice pool, and I'm gonna use me being right behind this kind of as cover to fish this pool. Oh, big one coming. Yes, we got him. There we go, a decent sized trout. Here you can see him with that fly in his mouth. Pretty fish, huh? There he is. Whoop. And there he goes. Great pool. I saw him sneaking out for it. There we go. I could see that guy sitting over there, and then he went for it. It's funny how the water kind of makes them look bigger than they are, and then you get them in the net and you're like, oh, not as big as I thought, but still a pretty fish. I just never get tired of how beautiful these fish are. So cool. There's kind of a fish that snuck in right by me. Right here, right in front of me. I don't know if it even knows I'm here, really. If it goes for this fly, that would be incredible. Oh, did you see that? It did it right here, right in front of me. Oh, and there he goes. But still, that was crazy. It was like, my rod is 6.5 feet and it ate it right at like 6 feet. That was amazing. My casts up there have been really good, but when I got up to this position, I spooked a lot of the fish out. So just nothing is really wanting to bite, unfortunately. I see fish down there though. It's cool to see them swimming around. With how light and sandy the bottom is, it makes seeing the dark tops of the fish very easy. There we go. Oh, I had one on for a second. My fly sunk and then he went for it, and then I couldn't keep him hooked. He got kind of sucked down into the current between these rocks. Oh, there's a fish right there. Let's see if he'll go for my fly the second time. Yes, he will. Perfect. There he is. Beautiful. He was hiding right behind that rock right there. So I had just casted my fly up in front of the rock and I saw him go to chase it the first time, but I kind of pulled it away from him when I went to recast. So it's just a matter of recasting, and then we had ourselves a fish. Some more pools coming up with some more fish. And a tiny little guy came up for that. Oh, and he's quick released. We'll try that again. Oh, I see another fish there. Here he goes, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and quick released on him as well. Neither of those fish are really big, so I'm okay with that. Ah, there we go. Calm down, little guy, calm down. So from way down here, I can see a lighter colored pool up there, like a sandy bottom pool. And I can see at least 2 fish in there. One of them is pretty nice. So I'm gonna try and cast up there, but also try to not catch these trees. Oh, perfect. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I pulled it right out of his mouth. He kind of turned and took it when it was going downstream, so he missed it. But we can try that again. I just have to get my line untangled. Line is untangled. We're casting right in that same lane. He went right back to his spot. Here he goes, he's going for it. Oh, he missed it. He missed it again. Oh, he missed it a couple times and he came down. I'm gonna wait till he moves back up into his feeding lane. Okay, I see him working his way back up. So I'll go ahead and cast up there again. Perfect. Oh, he keeps missing it. The current is too strong. Okay, he's still up there. All right, here he comes. Oh, he didn't see it. A different fish did though. This was a second fish down in the lower end of the pool. I'm kind of caught on this tree. Hold on a sec. There we go. This guy was quick enough to get it despite the current. Pretty fish. Oh, he keeps going for it. He really wants it. All right, he's moving back up again. He'll get it this time. He is just a slow poke. He just cannot get it in his mouth. Come on, fishy. You got this. He is the slowest, laziest fish I've ever seen. He just will not, he chases after it every time, but he just will not get it in his mouth. He will not get it. He always turns around to get it. He doesn't get it while it's coming to him. He has bad aim too. He keeps missing it. There we go, finally. Oh, but he came off the hook. Shoot. Well, it was worth a shot. That was fun to play with him. Oh, we got him this time. We got him this time. Let him just come right down the current right to me. Perfect, right into the net. This sand is so soft. It just is so cool to catch fish in an environment like this. Now that is a prime example of a Bonneville cutthroat. We'll let him go. Gorgeous fish, gorgeous. And just a great canyon. Look at these ponderosa pine trees, the beautiful water. The weather today is great. It's like in the high 60s. Really can't beat it. No fish in that pool. We'll keep on working our way up the canyon. There must have been a somewhat recent rock slide. Some of these rocks look like they're freshly fallen and crumbled, which is pretty crazy. Huh. Wild. You can see all like the dusty sandstone all around, and they're just like broken and shattered, so they must have fallen not long ago. Oh yes, there we go. There we are. There it is. Look at those red rosy cheeks. Pretty fish, huh? There he goes. I could see more of his buddies up there. And the funny thing is, when you catch a fish, not always will all the other fish get spooked. Sometimes the other fish, they kind of go into feeding frenzy mode and they come over because they're curious what all the thrashing and splashing is about. They want a piece of the action. So after I hooked onto him, I had another big fish start swimming my way, but as you can tell, we caught a little guy. I ended up throwing on a dropper just in case, and that's how I caught that last one, was on the dropper. It went for the dry, missed it, got caught in the dropper. This guy, I think, just went straight for the dropper. Just a little shrimpy dude. But I can still see a really nice sized fish, a more decent sized one down there. So we're gonna cast up there and see if we can get him. Oh, he's turning. Oh, there he goes. He went for the dry, but I think he got caught on the dropper, just like that last one that we caught. And he still has that dry in his mouth too. There he is, pretty fish. Great colors on him. I mean, just check out this canyon. Isn't this so cool? I love these ponderosa pines and the red rocks just side by side. What a unique stream. Love it, love it, love it. Haha, little guy. Got him on the dropper. Right in the lip. Hey, 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 hey. He just wants to be free. I wasn't gonna try and hold him up for the camera too long because he just wanted to dip. He was just being wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. At the moment, I'm looking for fish. I can see one up in that pool. So we'll try and bow and arrow cast up to it before I get too close and spook it. Need to cast a little further to get to him. There he goes. Oh, got off. That's all right. Oh, I had a fish come out from the bottom to go for the dropper. Just didn't quite get hooked up. See if I can do that drift again. He went for the dry that time. Right into the net. Sweet. There he is. Off he goes. We have another really cool, big, long pool coming up. I'm gonna try my best to cast up into this big pool without catching any of the nearby trees or foliage. There's lots of fish up there. We've got one. I'll stay out from underneath that log. Perfect. Every fish down here is just a picture-perfect example of a cutthroat. Exactly what you think of when you think of one. There's a lot more up there. We'll cast right back up and get another. We have one that went for the bottom fly. There he is. Whoop. There he goes. We have a taker. He went for our bottom. Oh, he kind of got twisted around this log that's right here, coming down to the water, but that's okay. Casting right up to the top of this pool. See if we can get any takers. Oh, Ah, you can probably see that. He was on for a sec and then he wasn't. He went for the dry. Oh, but we have another one. Great. This one went for the dropper. Oh, we have a nice sized fish that went for the dry. Ooh, really colorful too. No, he got off. He's just hiding right down there. That would have been one of the better ones of the day, unfortunately. But there's plenty of fish to go around. This little guy went for the dropper. So fun, just coming out here and getting the dry and dropper going. Ooh, that guy exploded out of the water. That guy destroyed the dry. Just look at them. I love these fish. Ain't nothing better than that. We have ourselves another really good looking run right here. We're gonna try and cast up as far as we can because we do have a good casting lane, and we'll see what we can catch. First player is this little tiny guy, went for the dropper, and now he's gone. Quick release on that one. There we go. Back in the game. Another tiny guy went for the dry. There he is. Oh, he just got himself off the hook. Another quick release. Back in the game again. We love it. I'm gonna go ahead and try and cast way up there. See if we can get a nicer sized fish. Because I know that's what you want to see, and that's what I want to see. Oh, we did have something go for it. Couldn't tell the size, but it was a nice fish. And of course I catch the one tree behind me. There we go. Finally have one on the hook. There we go. Classic fish for this creek. See ya. Oh, let's watch him right there. Kind of gets his bearings. He's looking around. He's like, where am I? But if we spooked him, there he goes. Woo! Oh, we have a nice sized one on the hook. I never even felt him go for it or see him go for it. He must have gone for the dropper. Yeah, he did. We're just gonna baby him into the net. Come on. Perfect. He's really light colored, like way lighter than the rest of the fish I've caught today. That is so interesting. So one of the interesting things about trout is that they can vary so much even within the same species. So this is, again, just a Bonneville Cutthroat, but its coloration is so light, and it might have done that to adapt to the sandy bottom of these creeks to blend in better, because this is a larger fish. This fish is just over 10 inches long, and at that age, that size, it might have become adapted to these creeks by getting a little lighter in color. So cool to catch a fish like that compared to all the darker ones we were catching. But we'll let this guy go. One last look for everyone. And off he goes. Yeah, see how well he blends into the bottom? And there he goes. Awesome. I'm glad we caught one like that. That was so cool. There we go. Quick look and quick release. That fish came up and went for it. Not the same fish I'm looking for, but still, it's fun to watch him come up and launch for the fly. There he is. There he goes. So fun. Ooh. Ah, man. That might have been that same one that we saw a minute ago that really went for it. There he goes. I think that's the same one. Really spunky guy. Maybe not as big as I thought, but full of energy. There he is. Cute little fella, huh? It's fun to watch him swim back up. It's so easy to see with how mellow the water is right here. Went for the dry. Awesome. Oh. There he is. And there he goes. We have another fish. I almost had a double. It had almost doubled up. There was a second fish chasing the second fly around, and it hooked up for a second, but it got off. But still, we were able to catch this nice fish. This one's another one that's kind of lighter in color. Really neat. There he is, one last look. Be free. Maybe he's related, that one that I just caught. Maybe it's related to that last light one that I caught, and it's just the same genetics in that fish as the other one. That'd be crazy. In that little footage I recorded, you could probably see a couple little fish swimming around. So watch, we'll just go ahead and cast it right up in there. They'll see it, they'll go for it. Boom. He went for the dry. These aren't big ones right in this little run, but still just showing how you can spot them, and if they don't see you, then you have a pretty good chance of catching them. Oh, he popped off, good. There's another one at the tail end of the pool right here though that you might have seen in the video. If I cast, if I don't catch the bush and I cast correctly, then we'll have a chance of catching him. There we go. So watch this, I'll cast it right to this fish at the tail end of the pool. There, he sees it. Oh, and he went for it, yep. So I call that sight fishing. Maybe that's not the definition for everyone, but if you see the fish, you fish for it, you catch that fish, that's sight fishing, whether you're on a lake or a creek, whatever. Little guy. So fun. All right, big guy's still up there. I just did a horrible first cast. Had to break off my flies up there so that way I didn't spook them. But here we go. Oh, my fly got caught in the current and he couldn't get it. He'll get it this time though. Oh, he almost got up on the rock. Let's try that again. Oh, here he goes. He went for it. Nice. Hello there, Mr. Fish. Yeah, he was just going along, eating bugs off the surface, having a good old time. Then I interrupted his fun. But back in the water he goes. Luckily, I still know exactly where my flies are, so I can get them back. I didn't lose them in a tree that was too high or anything. Thank goodness, I don't want to lose any flies. It's never fun. We have ourselves just a nice run of fish that I'm trying not to spook. I can see them all lined up. So I'm just trying to cast it up there to where they'll see it. Like that guy. Perfect. Pretty little dude. I love catch and release fishing because you get to catch the fish, throw them back, and you know that, like, chances are, like that little fish that we caught and released 2 seconds later, he's probably gonna do just fine. He's probably just gonna keep living his life, and then someone else can come and catch him. I can see some even bigger fish up here. I'm gonna try and bow and arrow cast right up to them. I'm gonna be on my knees for this one. Perfect. There we go. Great. I'm gonna move this little branch. Doesn't need to be here. Again, one of our lighter colored friends. A lighter colored fish to match the bottom of this river. One last look at him. See a friend. There he is right there. Cool. Oh, and off he goes. I think his buddy, yeah, his buddy is still up there. Let me try bow and arrow casting again. I think we have a pretty good chance of catching one more right here. Yeah, there we go, we got him. Woo. There we are. Aren't the big old vivid polka dots on them just so pretty? Oh, there you go. Such a cool stream. These big rocks, the sandstone, the sandy bottom. Like you can stand on it and you're not sinking in. It's not like quicksand or mud like you get in some creeks and rivers where you feel like if you stand there for too long, you'll be lost forever. Oh, this is a nice sized one. Perfect. Ooh, gorgeous colors on this guy. Sheesh. Definitely one of the prettiest ones we've caught today. Look at that color palette. What a pretty fish. He's really dark, just really pretty. Coming in right around 10 inches. We'll let him go back into his pool up here. That was a really poor release on my part, but you can see him sneaking his way back into the pool. I'm glad I cast it into this pool. My fly even sank. I didn't see him take it, but I just imagined if there was a fish that was gonna take it, it'd probably have taken it by now. And when I set the hook, sure enough, he was there. Here we have another really gorgeous long run, as you can see, full of fish. Looks like my fly isn't floating like it should. But that didn't stop this guy. Oh. So I just caught this guy off camera. We'll let him go. But when I was sitting here looking, I can see a bat right there. I don't know if it's alive or dead. It could just be a perfect little hiding spot for the bat to be hanging out in. You can see it's right on the end of my pole. I don't want to bother it, but that's so cool. This is kind of rough and turbulent up here, but let's see if a fly will yield anything. Yep, there was one fish. Went for the dry. There he is. There he goes. Great. There we go. Ah, he got off. That's too bad. Oh, was that him again? If it was, that's crazy. I think he went for the dropper this time, but I think, oh, I'll tell you what, that was one hungry fish if that was the same one every time. As per usual, I see a couple fish up in this pool. We'll cast up there to them. Oh, they're hunting for it, they're going. Yes, got him. We'll let him just come down the river right to us. Oh, he popped off. Well, that's all right. It surprises me where the fish are and where the fish aren't. Like I would have totally guessed there to be a fish up at the beginning of this pool, right where I casted, but then nothing goes for it. Looks like we have an epic waterfall coming up though. Yeah, no takers in the pool, but let's go up and check out that waterfall. This is just incredible. I had no idea there was a big old waterfall in this canyon that we were fishing in. It's kind of a bummer because it means I can't keep going up the way I was, but just how beautiful is that? And you know there's gotta be fish in there, like maybe the biggest fish in this whole creek, because it's basically like a small pond. So I'm just gonna cast my fly way out there and we'll see what we can catch. Hopefully there's something good in here. Immediately we got a strike. Small fish, but we got to start somewhere. We'll just cast it right back out there. Another take instantly. A little bigger fish, but scrawny dude. Woo! Did you see that fish fly? I hooked up to him and then just yanked him out of the water. Lots of fish in here, wow. A little spicy guy decided to come up and take it. There he is. There he goes. All the fish in here are like right around the same size. There he is. Pretty. Part of me wonders if I have to cast further up towards the top of the run to get these fish, the bigger fish. I just don't know where they'd be. We're gonna try against that rock wall over there. Just instant takes, instant fishing. It's just a question of where's our size. Why is it that the bigger fish can so easily pop off, but I can catch small fish all day long? Oh, that was a better sized one. Come on, go for it again, buddy. There we go. And there he goes. So I've continued to fish here. I ended up putting on a bigger fly, and I think I just caught my biggest fish of the day. Just have to get him around this rock. I put on the bigger fly with the goal of only catching big fish, and finally we got one. We got a big one. Coming in at a solid 12 inches is this, our largest fish of the day. He's a little skinny, but such a pretty fish. Dark colors from such an epic location. It doesn't get much better than this, you guys. We'll let him go, but what a gorgeous specimen, and what crazy teeth he has too. Well, that was one of the sketchiest things I've ever done. As you can see, I'm now on top of the waterfall, but there's this really rudimentary trail, like handholds carved into the rock. You can see one of the pockets right there. And I had to climb across this rock face down onto that log, and now I can keep working my way up and eventually exit out of this canyon. Crazy. Caught another really nice fish out of this run. And interestingly enough, it had this big parasite coming out of it. So I just took that parasite out. So gross, but we'll let him go. See ya, dude. So I'm saving my remaining battery life for when I catch fish. but just caught another just beautiful example of a cutthroat. The rosy red cheeks, the spots, just everything about this is so perfect. And I'm having a lot of luck fishing with my larger fly. It seems to be making it so the small fish don't want to go for it as much. So I'm really liking throwing this. It's actually a fly that I found on a tree branch in a different river that I was fishing recently. Another just really nice looking spot. I can see fish down there, so we'll go ahead and cast to them, see if we can get one on the hook. Come on, fishy. Oh, he sees it. There we go. That's probably the nicest one in the pool. And that's what I'm liking about throwing this bigger fly, is that it's only kind of attracting the big fish. Like, small fish still like to go for it, but we're hooking up on bigger fish in general. There he is. Awesome. I just spooked a whole school of fish. One of them in particular was really nice size, which is really a shame. I'll see if any of them want to take my fly, but I think I might have spooked all of them too badly. Whoa, did you see that guy jump? That was awesome. Oh, and he got off. What a shame. That was an epic take. Oh, that was a nice take again. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh no, I don't know if that was the same fish or a different fish. This fly that I'm using doesn't have the sharpest hook on it. It was a dull one that I found in a river, so maybe I just need to swap out for a new fly that'll be more likely to catch them. Perfect. Big fish is coming to get it. There we go. That's what it's all about. It's just getting that far cast up there, so that way you don't spook the fish. And then when you're using the bigger fly, you catch slightly bigger fish. Because I did see smaller ones in there too. It's always a little better feeling when the fish you catch isn't a minnow. There he is, pretty. Ah, there we go. Another slightly more sizable fish for this pool. Come on, come right to the net. Great. Just another prime example of a Bonneville cut. This one has really rosy cheeks as well, if you can tell. Great looking fish. Ah, we had a bite. There we go. Just a little guy. Even these tiny fish are willing to go for a bug way bigger than their mouth, which is just so crazy. But cutthroat have a big mouth compared to their body size, bigger than that of a rainbow trout. So they're more willing to go for diverse food sources. Oh, this is a, well, that was a slightly nicer sized fish. There we go. You gotta respect a fish willing to go for food that big compared to its mouth. Cutthroat after cutthroat, big, small, doesn't matter. They're all going for the big fly. Lots of small fishies. My battery is almost all gone, so I think it's about time to wrap up the video. In that last video clip, I casted one more time and caught another just really gorgeous cutthroat. Look at those colors. Such an awesome, awesome fish. I love these things. So beautiful. Well, anyways, hopefully you guys had a wonderful time watching the video. This is an epic creek loaded with cutthroat. I had such a fun time exploring it with you guys, and hopefully you get to find yourself cool streams like this when you're out adventuring. But if you like the cutthroat fishing content, check out my channel, check out more of my videos. I go all the time and catch lots of cutthroat all over. So like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and until next time, tight lines. Here's one fish I didn't capture on the GoPro when I caught it. Great colors on him. Even a little bit of the pink starting to get on his belly. I think he's just a little bit pre-spawny right now. But there he goes.